friends, it's me, Amy Rebecca, your internet bestie for all things personal development, intentional living and dream chasing. Does the lighting seem super shadowy today? I tell you something, there is no room in my budget right now for new lighting. We have to make it work. It's time for us to reflect on what I spent in June. Did I manage to stick to my budget? And then go ahead and set up my new budget for July. However, before we get into that and I bring up my spreadsheet, I have a confession to make. I have done something quite out of character. My mom invited me on a trip to Vegas to go see Carrie Underwood. She's got her residency there, but it ends at the end of this year. And I was like, Carrie Underwood, she's my ultimate fave. I didn't get tickets to the Eras show, so girl math in my way there, it's practically a free trip to Vegas, right? Because tickets to see Taylor Swift were like £500. So going to see Carrie Underwood, like, it just somehow that made sense to me. So I booked it. Oh, I didn't just book it, friends. Okay, I booked 5 nights in Vegas and then a week in LA. And I would like to point out that as of right now, I do not have the means to pay for that. As you are going to see as we delve into my spending for June, I had another major financial hiccup that has set me back a little bit. It is not going particularly well for me at the moment. I am struggling with my freelance work and it is just not a good time to book an ultra expensive trip. But you know what? I had a YOLO moment, which I never do. You guys know me. I am like Scrooge McFreaking Duck. I come here every month, I count my little pennies out, and I never make big financial risks. And yet here we are. So I've decided that I'm going to be side hustling my way to Vegas. I'm documenting the entire thing on TikTok. I will of course be keeping you guys up to date over here as well, but if you want more like regular check-ins, I am doing that over on TikTok. I will be sharing the stats from how much I've so far been able to make in my little side hustle challenge later in this video, but that is where we stand. She said, cost of living crisis, I see you and raise you 500%. Don't judge me. Or if you must, just do it quietly to yourself. Anyway, let's jump into this spreadsheet, shall we? As always, I would like to point out that this nifty little spreadsheet I did not make myself. This is one that I got from CoPlenty, and I actually have a discount code for you guys now. The owner of the spreadsheet shop, she has a shop just of spreadsheets, by the way. It is my dream. She reached out and offered a discount code, so I'll link it down in the description box. But here we are. So if you remember, I decided that in June I was going to stick to a reduced budget to make up for all of my car troubles that I've been having. So I went in with a budget of £650 for the month as opposed to my regular £750. And as you can see here, I spent significantly more than that. But like the way that it happens quite a lot, because I have my sinking funds, sometimes when unexpected expenses crop up, I'm able to put that money back in. So I was able to put in £50 and then another £75 from my sinking funds to cover certain expenses. So we'll go into all of that. Yeah, let's just run through that now, actually, the expenses for June. So groceries, those little top-up groceries in between the big shop, I budgeted £15 for June and only spent £4.24, which is great. Eating out, I budgeted £40 and only spent £10.44. Love that for me. Petrol, budgeted £50, spent £50. Here is once again where my whole plan came tumbling down. My car. Why does it hate me? Car maintenance. £50 is my, put a little bit aside. I'm paying, by the way, my insurance monthly now because I got set so far back by all the work I've had done on my car earlier this year that I didn't want to then take money out of my savings to pay for the insurance up front. So I'm paying for that monthly, and also the idea is to make up the rest in cash stuffing, like a sinking fund, right? No, because it ended up back in the garage again. So I paid for my insurance and then had to spend another £175 on getting this little pipe thing. And apparently, because it's an Audi, their pipes are gold plated. Why is that necessary? Why is that a thing? So the pipe was £135. It was this big. I want to cry. I did actually. I cried on the way home from the garage. I often cry on the way home from the garage. Here is the culprit. because you'll see not very many red things going on here, but this one takes the cake. Anyway, gifts, do I always cash stuff 35? I think I may have input that wrong. I cash stuff 30 for gifts, so that was a little error. Yeah, just cash stuffed my regular 30, didn't spend anything on gifts this month. Health, this was just a clerical error from me because I cash stuffed £35 a month to cover the cost of my contact lenses, but I forgot that this month is the month that I actually needed to buy them. So I spent £110 on my contact lenses, but then I was able to cash stuff 75 from my cash stuffing. No, I was able to put back in 75 from my cash stuffing. Not did that make any sense to anyone? Anyway, beauty treatments, I got my nails done and then cash stuffed the rest. Clothing, I budgeted £20 and spent none. Go me! Okay, makeup, I budgeted 25 and came in under at $15.99. Great stuff. Skincare, didn't spend anything. Hair care, didn't spend anything, although I will have to this month. Toiletries, yeah, that was pretty much as expected. I said I was going to spend £10, I spent $9.99. Books, didn't spend anything. Takeaways, I don't know what happened to me this month, but I had 3 separate takeaways. I was just living for the grease and the carbs in a big way. But even so, I only came in £1.04 over budget. Like, I was being really budget savvy with my takeaways. Hobbies, I budgeted £80. Why on earth did I budget £80? Was there something that I should have paid for that I didn't? Well, I don't know, but I only spent £40.99 and that was on 1 pageant coaching session and my gym membership. I budgeted £12.50 for charity and I ended up going over by quite a bit. I do have some money in my little savings envelope for charity that I could have taken out of, but I just didn't want to, so that is what it is. Transport, I budgeted £7 and only spent £2. That was just for parking. Didn't spend any money on trips. Came in just under for social. That was, I think I'm getting better at judging how much I'm going to be spending. Because I thought I'd spend 50 and I spent £49.70. That is so close. Drinks, oh, less accurate here. I budgeted 15 and spent £45.88, which is obscene. Not all those drinks were for me. I did have a few drinks at my charity fundraiser the other night. I told you guys last month I was planning this Taylor Swift themed charity night to raise money for Women's Aid, and I had a few Prosecco's. I have a strict 2-drink limit because I can't handle my drink and I get horrific hangovers the next day. But I was so nervous. You know when you've planned an event and you're just so anxious about it. My stomach was churning, I had to give a speech, I was losing my mind a little bit, and so I was sipping on those Prosecco's. They were going back really quickly. Also, I took my dad out for Father's Day to the pub, and so I bought him a couple of drinks. And the thing about alcohol is it adds up really quickly. I think that has been my biggest saving probably this year compared to previous years, is because I don't really drink anymore. I'm saving a lot. Like, when you think about it, that's just 2 nights. That's £50 almost. Anyway, coffee, I budgeted £10 and came way under at £5.75. And then personal, I budgeted 100 and came in at 50 because I ended up only seeing my therapist once this month just because of scheduling issues. And then miscellaneous, I budgeted 0, but I spent 20. So overall, if it had not been for that Audi out there that is mocking me on a daily basis, if it had not been for her, I think I would have come in under budget, right? I would have been way under budget. Because look, even with that £175 unexpected expense, I am still only £40.56 over budget. And if we take a look at our little graph, look, I was barely spending. I was living my little hermit life. You know, Scrooge McDuck, keeping all my pennies to myself. I was really trying my best. And then here, this must have been the day, the day that I went into the garage, and then it all went downhill from there. Ugh, that's so annoying. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna have to have another lean month, especially given the fact that I'm flying myself out to the States with no money. What am I thinking? Yeah, it's gonna be very budget heavy for the next few decades of my life, I think. Let's flip into July and see what we've got. Okay, so first, let's take a look at the grocery situation. I think I can manage on just £15. Eating out, do I actually have anything planned in July is the big question. Let me take a look at my calendar. I don't think I've got a lot going on. What if I say £40 for eating out? That's quite a lot and I don't expect to spend that much, but I'd rather err on the side of caution. Petrol is going to be 50 as always. Car maintenance, we're gonna say 50, who knows, could be £12,000. Gifts, I'm gonna cash stuff another 30. Health, I know I have an eye test booked in and I want to set aside money for my contact lenses, so that should be around 50. Beauty treatments, we're gonna cash stuff 55. Clothing, I need to get new sandals, I'm gonna put aside 30 for that. However, that 30 will need to come out of my Vinted balance, because right at the start of this year, I made one of my financial goals for 2024 that any new clothes I bought this year would have to be funded by selling my old clothes. And so far, I've been able to stick to that. Makeup. I need new setting spray. I might need a new concealer, maybe. Let's put it in there just in case and say, let's say 16. Skincare. She's crying out for skincare, okay? Because this is the category that gets pushed back and neglected. Once I start to go over budget, I'm most likely to think, oh, okay, I'll put off getting my skincare. That can wait till next month. It can wait till next month. And I don't even know how many months at this point I've gone without my face cream, but I really want it. If I bought everything that I have run out of, in terms of skincare, how much would I be looking at spending? Like if I was a rich girl, how much would I be spending on skincare this month? Face cream, eye cream, copper peptides, I think those are like, what, 29? Yikes, my face is so expensive. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to spend £119 on skincare. So, let's put 60. Hair care I will need more of because I'm out of my conditioner and shampoo. So that's going to be, let's call it 40. Toiletries, do I need anything? I need new razor blades. Those are expensive. £12 or something, I don't know. Books, 0. Takeaways, if I say 15, let's just say it. Okay, I'm going to spend another 41-ish on hobbies between pageant coaching and gym membership. Charity is going to be £12.50 as per always. Transport, let's put in £5 for parking. Trips, 0. Social, let's put another 50. Drinks, we're going with a hard and fast 0 this month. I don't want to drink. I had quite enough the other day. Oh, I don't want, no. Coffee, let's do another £5.75. Very specific. Well, if I have therapy twice, that's 100. And what do you know? We're already over my £650 budget. That doesn't even account for my phone or Spotify. I don't know, but I think this means my skincare might have to get pushed back another month. Why does this feel so hard this month? I'm gonna bring this one down. See, I'm trying to be very strict with myself. Is there anywhere else I can scrape off some money? Oh, but the clothing doesn't really count, does it? Because that money will be coming back to me from Vinted. And we can expect to have that £30 back from Vinted. In which case, I did it. Gosh, that felt really hard this month. I'm not sure why, but that felt really challenging. Okay, this is what I'm really going to be trying to stick to as rigidly as possible this month. I'm feeling the pressure now that I've booked this trip. There are no spare pennies. Okay, with that said, let me show you exactly what I've been able to side hustle since booking this crazy trip. Well, it's a new dawn, it's a new day because I got distracted yesterday. But we're back now and I am going to talk you through my whole side hustle challenge and what the heck is going on with that. So let me just grab all of my numbers really quickly because I don't remember any of them off the top of my head. So I've booked my trip to the US. It's happening, it's coming, it's gonna be in October. And I've worked out that between flights, hotel, transport, baggage, and just spending money, I am looking at a cost of around £2,494. Yikes! Yikes! Very much yikes. So I am trying to side hustle all of that money between now and October. I started this whole thing on the 10th of June and I'm off to a pretty good start. So up until this point, I've been focusing on a few different areas. Number one has been affiliate links. The second thing that I'm really trying to lean into is my This Time Next Year life planner. I have like 6 of them, so one of them must be here. So here is the big size version of my planner. I designed this and started printing them a couple of years ago, and I don't feel like I advertised them enough. The idea behind this planner is that it corresponds with my This Time Next Year challenge, which is, I'll link the video down below and a little bit more information, but basically it's the way that I transformed my life in a year. So it's got the step-by-step worksheets and instructions of all of the stages you need to go through, all of the things you need to do to start making change in your life, as well as a monthly planner, a weekly planner, monthly reflection activities at the end of each month, note pages, places to record what you're reading, places to record your budget. Just, I mean, you guys know me, I am obsessive. Look how many spreadsheets I have. So it just made sense that I would make a planner. So side hustle number 2 is actually to start promoting this more. Income source number 3 is digital products. So you might have noticed in my last couple of videos where I was showing you my makeup inventory, I had a little link in the description box where you could buy my spreadsheet that I made. So that is an example of one of the digital products that I've started selling. The 4th thing is I reopened my print-on-demand shop through Etsy, and the last thing that I haven't been able to get up and running yet in June, but that I'm hoping I can start implementing, is some UGC work. I have not branched out into selling pictures of my feet on the internet, but there is time. I wish I was joking. No, I am joking. Okay, anyway, so let me run you through what I earned kind of for the chunk of June since I started doing this crazy thing. So affiliate marketing, I earned £20.33. My This Time Next Year life planner earned £35.20. Digital products, I made £94.35. So thank you to anyone who bought one of my digital products. That is absolutely wild. And my print on demand shop, I made £13.26. The grand total for June was £163.14, which I think is off to a wonderful start. That's excellent, but it is a drop in the ocean. Now, before we get into the final part of today's video, which is the cash stuffing element, we do have coffee of the month. I didn't forget, I've just been sitting here all morning waiting for my Tesco delivery because they were bringing the coffee. Haven't had a scrap of coffee yet today, and I don't feel good about it. This is the dark blend ground coffee. I keep seeing this advertised on my Instagram all the time. They know me. This was pricey, okay? Regular price, I think it was £5.90 a bag, but they did have a Tesco Club Card offer on, so it was only £4.80. They only had the dark blend, and immediately upon opening this, it smells quite bitter to me. Oh, it says super dark chocolatey, nutty, and bittersweet. 100% compostable packaging, love that. Hand roasted in London. Feel no kind of way about that. Nitrogen flushed for freshness. I don't even know what that means. Coffee ethically sourced from sustainable farms. Yes, that is a must. Oh, it's not as intense as I was expecting. I thought from a dark blend that it was going to be quite bitter and it was going to be quite, you know, have that big punch. And it doesn't. It's quite smooth. It's nice. I like it. There's nothing really to dislike about it. There's nothing that's standing out to me that I'm thinking, wow, this coffee is amazing. I think I prefer last month's coffee, which was that Welsh brew coffee. But this is nice. I've nothing that I dislike about this. That's how I feel. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to start with the sinking funds, which are in my purple folder. By the way, I have all of these linked in the description box. Let's jump in. Our first envelope, which is gifts, I need to put another £30 in there. This is really mounting up. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So now I'm up to £110 in my gifts envelope. Can you even believe it? For my car maintenance envelope, now that I'm paying my insurance monthly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave £25 of my £50 in my bank because that's going out on direct debit. And then I'm going to put the other £25 in the envelope. It's not going to be the most efficient way to save for any unavoidable issues with my car that I'm sure will pop up in the future, because obviously the more money I can put away, the better. But just with everything that I've got going on at the moment, I just don't have £75 every month to put away for that. I just don't. Do we have any fives? Goldfish. Never have any fives. We'll have to come back and add a 5. That's fine. Okay, next we have the personal envelope. Once again, that is going empty this month because anything that I put in here is immediately going to be spent on therapy. So we're going to leave that one. Charity, I need to put another £10. Is that right? Yes. And then the last one is my phone bill, which again, I do not have change. So I'm hoping I'm going to find some 5 somewhere throughout this wallet and I'll be able to make some change. But for now, let's just put in 10 and I'll come back and top it up. Next, we're moving on to the pink wallet. These are more of my day in, day out kind of expenses rather than things that I'm saving up and letting accumulate. We need to put aside £55 for beauty treatments. And there's a 5 in there, which is perfect. We can take that out. That brings me to 20, 40, 60, 83 pound. That's now in my beauty envelope. Great. My health envelope is empty again because I just bought my contact lenses. So we need to put £35 in there. I'm sure my optician thinks that I'm like a drug dealer because every month I go in and pay in tens because I've been cash stuffing. The last envelope is petrol and that is 50, and that is everything. Is it? Is that all? That seemed very quick. I don't know about you, but my head is absolutely spinning after all of that. I have got a big challenge ahead of me trying to make an additional £2,500. Any ideas? Leave them in the comment section down below. I am welcoming any and all ideas at this point. Please remember that I love you so much. You are enough just as you are, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.